we got a lot of news, and I want to talk about it, because I feel like it, and I have thoughts. We've known for some time now that the next major phase for the MCU is going to be the mutant saga, bringing in the X-Men and all that jazz. I'm super hyped for it. The question is, just how are they going to do that? How are they going to bring in mutants and the X-Men into the MCU? Personally, I think it would be a mistake to just say, hey, mutants have actually been here the whole time, and the mutant gene has been present throughout the whole thing. But they're only just now, going public or something. I mean, it wouldn't be the first instance of mutants. The mutant gene already has something of a presence in the MCU, what with Kamala Khan and Namor being confirmed mutants. But it's just gonna be weird, because we've had all these Avengers-level threats, and you're telling me that all these guys with superpowers have just been here the whole time and sat back and did nothing? Bro, don't be like the Eternals! And in the Captain America movie, we're getting adamantium confirmed, which is the thing that Wolverine's skeleton is dipped in and why he's got knives for fingies. But I think the mutants need to come from a different universe. Probably most likely, the MCU mutants would come from whatever universe... What's her name? Photon? Monica went to in the post-credit scene of the Marvels. That one is probably going to, merge or just get destroyed, and they just all come to 616 or 1999, I don't even know. Although it kind of seems like Deadpool and Wolverine were setting up some sort of collision between the main MCU universe and the Fox X-Men universe, probably something for Secret Wars, but I don't really want the Fox X-Men universe to be the place where we get all the mutants from for the MCU. I want new people. I want everyone recast and just start over, start fresh. And don't just have an X-Men movie about the team in general. Because, wouldn't it be so cool if we got, solo movies? Like Gambit or Storm, or make Disney Plus shows about them. Marvel Spotlight, whatever that is. It's gonna be really hard to recast some of the more iconic characters, like Patrick Stewart as Professor X or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but it needs to be done. You can't just have some people recast and some people not. They can come in for Secret Wars. Honestly, I want as many people as possible in Secret Wars. As many people as what would make a good story. From all over the place. Get some people from Fox X-Men, Fox Fantastic Four. He died. Bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, or it'd be really funny if they got, Morbius, and then he just died immediately, because they can't, if they were gonna bring in Morbius, you can't keep him there. He'd be there as a joke. Just kill him immediately. Don't even have him say nothing, it will be fine. And bring in Venom, people from Sony, you're gonna have to do that, right? You can't just not. I really want characters from Spider-Verse to show up, because that would be such a missed opportunity, because it's the same multiverse that we're dealing with in Spider-Verse and in the MCU, and you can't argue that the animated multiverse and the live-action multiverse are different, because they're not. We literally see live-action Donald Glover as Prowler and clips of Toby and Andrew. This is the same thing. If you don't have Miguel O'Hara coming in, then it just won't feel real, because he's involved in this. But, I don't want them to be live-action. They have to be animated. You have to animate them in there, Roger Rabbit, Mary Poppins... What's the other one? Space Jam style. If they just make Oscar Isaac be live-action Miguel O'Hara and say that's the same Miguel from Across the Spider-Verse... No, it's not! It'd also be kind of confusing if Moon Knight were there. And Apocalypse. Actually, do the Spider-Man pointing meme with the 4 Oscar Isaac Marvel characters. And you know what? If we're bringing in animated characters, that opens the door wide open to some huge opportunities. We could get Spectacular Spider-Man, Avengers Assembled. We could get What If? They should bring in Cody. I wasn't expecting her, or I wasn't expecting to like her as much as I did. Her episode was actually one of my favorites in What If Season 2. You could do a live action of her, but I feel like she's gotta be animated, especially if they did do a live action, they would probably have to recast her because her voice actor already played someone in the main MCU. This girl from Echo, although, who watched that really? I did. I'm one of the 3 people who actually really liked it. I learned how to say death in sign language, okay? I learned stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. You could drag in Strange Supreme. Forget what they did to him in What If Season 2 finale. They massacred my boy. They really said, redemption arc? Who is she? X-Men 97, bro. You gotta get them in here. Or at least one of them, right? Nightcrawler, Rogue, Gambit, Magneto, Storm, Cyclops. These are the best versions of these characters, to be honest. Are they not? You gotta get them in here. If the whole multiverse is collapsing, you gotta grab everyone, dude. All the successful people that will make you money. I will pay that money. I will be the source. Can you imagine, X-Men 97 Wolverine fighting next to Hugh Jackman Wolverine, fighting next to, Henry Cavill and whoever, if they decide to recast Wolverine ever. Are they gonna make him do this until he's 90? Who knows? It's Indiana Jones. They're gonna turn him into a grumpy curmudgeon. He's already a curmudgeon. What am I saying? The only reason I think they might not do this is, A, saving costs, because animation is expensive, but also just movie making in general is expensive. If you're gonna give them a big budget, pay the animators. Get these animated characters in this live action movie. I will die of joy if they do this. But also B, because some of these shows are currently ongoing. Like Beyond the Spider-Verse hasn't come out yet. When is that coming out? Is that coming out before or after Secret Wars? I don't know. And like X-Men 97 is still having seasons, and if they interrupt it with Secret Wars, then it's like, okay, how are we gonna canonize this in our own universe? The only thing I can think of is like a memory wipe. We've got the power to do that, right? I mean, across the multiverse, there's gotta be at least one dude who can do memory wipe. Doctor Strange did a memory wipe, and now we're gonna have like 6 different Doctor Stranges. It's Secret Wars. You can do that. You could be like, hey, before we all go home, everyone wipe your memories so you don't like cause an incursion. No ripple effects here. Except the alternate X-Men universe where we get our MCU X-Men and like also the Fantastic Four won't have universes to go back to because they were destroyed. So they'll be like, hey, can we chill with you? And boom! We got them, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of the Fantastic Four, I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be good. All the people sound like they're the right people to play the right characters. But because it's not an origin story, they'll have more time for plot. We'll get to Galactus, we'll get Doom maybe. When is he coming? Is he coming from the 60s retro universe that the Fantastic Four movies are taking place in? Or is he gonna come from somewhere else? Because let's address the elephant in the room, okay? Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. I talked to my dad about it, and he didn't like it. I have a theory that is gonna be Tony Stark, but just under a different name. Like not really. Think about, like, he's a variant of Tony Stark, just named Victor Von Doom. Like, think about, like, all the Kang variants that we've seen. We have Victor Timely, Kang, there's Pharaoh Ramatut, there's He Who Remains. Not sure if you noticed, but those are all completely different names, but the same dude. And, like, Victor Timely had a stutter. He's a completely different guy, but he's the same guy. They're all Kang, but they're all different. So I think it's gonna be a similar situation here. I think they have a plan for this. There's a lot of things you could do with having RDJ as Doom and Tony Stark at, like, the same time. Because I imagine Tom Holland, Peter Parker, seeing Doom's face be the same face as Tony Stark. Like, look at the angst potential there, dude! All the people who are friends with him be like, what are you doing, bro? At ComicCon, there was a phrase that kept saying, different mask, same task. I think that pretty much confirms it, right? If they don't acknowledge the fact that this guy is the same face, that's a mistake. If they're like, hey, ignore the fact that this is the same guy. Like, you see how Oscar Isaac is these 4 dudes at once? This guy's also going to be another dude at once. Like, if they do it like that, then that's gonna suck. You're gonna make him, you gotta make him be a variant of Tony Stark. This franchise started with this guy. It'd be kind of poetic, right? Which means you can't just kill this guy off and boom, crisis averted. Because this is... Wait, look at Doom's face! He's literally Iron Man! Bro's been wearing an iron mask this whole time. I mean, like, feel whoever you want about it. I'm just gonna wait and see what they do with this before I judge it. Like, the idea has got potential. And I guess with the whole Secret Wars thing, you can choose whatever Fox X-Men you want, or whichever characters from any world, really. You could, you want to stay in the main MCU, in the 616-999 universe? You could drag Venom over. You could keep him, you could keep whatever Fox X-Men characters you want to keep. And then the rest of them could just come from that Monica Rambeau universe. You can mix and match, do whatever you want. It's Secret Wars. Because, like, there's no way Deadpool is going to stay in his own universe, right? I mean, well, at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine, he seemed pretty content being over there, but, like, I mean, if the whole universe dies, well, I guess that was the point of his movie, was to keep that from happening. I don't know. But we all kind of know he's going to cross over at some point. He's going to be in Secret Wars. That's pretty much confirmed. And Secret Wars is going to be a PG-13 movie, right? Which I think leaves some room for some pretty funny gags with Deadpool, because he's going to be aware that it's a PG-13 movie, and he can't do rated R stuff. So, I don't know if it's more of a theory, or just an idea, that the world, or at least the universe, is aware that it is a PG-13 universe, and will do anything to keep it that way. For example, if Deadpool's going to start saying F-bombs, then something in the world will keep him from doing that. Like a car will honk, or something. Someone will say something. I don't know. Deadpool will keep trying to say stuff, and the world will just keep him from doing it. And he's gonna get really frustrated about it. Because, like, even in the Spider-Man movies, the first 2 ended with cut-off F-bombs, and then No Way Home, the F-bomb was bleeped by a car honk. The world, or the 616-1999 universe, clearly does not want people saying F-bombs. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the exception. I want it to be something that's just ingrained in this specific universe, because I think that would be funny. Oh, wait a minute. I just found a plot hole in the bringing whatever characters you want over to the main MCU idea. Because, like, incursions are real. Reed Richards from that one universe in Multiverse of Madness was like, hey, incursions are when someone from a different universe comes into another universe and causes a big old ruckus. So that means if Fantastic Four come over for real, then that's not gonna be good. That's a bad, because if they start making waves, then the whole world is just gonna die. Maybe they'll do something to keep that from happening in Secret Wars. Maybe Secret Wars, they'll discover, here's how we can unite every universe, or at least make it so that the worlds don't die if we visit each other. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is the Watcher, because he's the guy who's in charge of the whole watching over the multiverse. I mean, that's his job. We learned that in What If. Oh! I just thought of something! This is kind of off topic, but, okay. Although episode 4 of What If Season 1 is, Strange Supreme is my favorite episode, my favorite character is totally the Collector from episode 2, just because the concept of him as a villain, he's just collecting things and people and just keeping them there. I don't know why. I just really like the idea of him being a villain, except he's dead in the mainline MCU, so that's never gonna happen. Well, what if he comes over in Secret Wars, huh? Anyway, I know some people have been talking about the Watcher showing up in live action, having, who's the guy who voices him? Jeffrey Wright. Having him play him in the live action as well, except, no. Because if you're gonna animate other people in, if you're gonna animate the animated universe, like Spider-Verse and stuff, he's gotta be animated too, because he's already established as an animated character. Because he's in What If, and that's an animated show. So, he's an animated dude. All those universes we see in What If, all canonically animated. In my head. I decreed it, I decided. That's what I decided. Suck it up. So, Watcher's animated, please. Animate the Watcher, because he's gonna be there. There's no way he's not. Because he's already been seen outside of What If. He was in X-Men 97 right before the attack on Genosha, and then in I Am Groot, he actually had a pretty big role in one of the episodes. He had a bunch of speaking lines, and I forget what he said. He was like, Groot's gonna save the world or something. I don't know how, like, it's canon, but, like, I don't know. It's a weird, dubiously canon show, but he's there in live action, kinda. He's got a silhouette. It doesn't matter. Animate him. Animate him and my life is yours. What else did they announce at ComicCon? Captain America, Thunderbolts. Low-key excited for those. Loki! Loki's gotta be involved, right? The TVA, Miss Minutes has been animated from the beginning. We can have more animated people. Family reunion between Thor and new God of Stories Loki. Him doing whatever he's holding that tree together. Maybe having him, like, see Sylvie again, that'd be sweet. And, like, fulfill whatever Thor Deadpool adventure Deadpool was going on about. We've got, America Chavez. I want to talk about Thunderbolts. I'm actually really excited for that one. I feel like that might be the movie I'm most excited for. Or, the MCU movie I'm most excited for next year. Because my excitement for Superman actually needs to be bridled. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But out of the MCU, it's probably Thunderbolts. And, like, I'm also really excited for Fantastic Four. But I don't know. I want to see Yelena again, and, like, the evil Captain America. I don't remember what his name was. I want to check in with those guys. This is what they're doing. I actually like the evil Captain America character, because, dude, that was sick. That was so cool. Do you guys remember the reactions from, like, when that episode where he kept stabbing that guy with the shield came out? People were like, oh, what in the world? Like, that's low-key metal, dude. I want to see you do that again. Anyway. The Russo brothers writing Secret Wars and Doomsday, that is the best decision they could have made for that, honestly. Because, like, if you look back through their repertoire, when it comes to MCU movies, they've written, like, some of the best ones. So, I feel like this is gonna be good. I am one of the few people who have actually liked most of what the MCU has put out recently. Like, okay, that is extremely controversial of me to say, but the only projects that I did not like were Eternals, She-Hulk, Quantumania, and Secret Invasion, and that's it. Everything else I've liked. And I know that's super controversial of me to say, and I'm going to get pummeled to a pulp for saying it, but there have been ups and downs, and we're constantly in a state of, we've fallen off, and we're so back! And it's like ping pong, it's hit or miss, but I think now that the MCU has stepped back and reevaluated what they're going to do, and they're taking their time with their projects, not trying to rush them out anymore, I think, hopefully, I think things are turning up. I think it's going to go well. I think we're going to be in yet another golden age. Don't quote me on that if it turns out not to be the case. That is a strong statement to say, but I've always been an optimistic person, so suck it. Leave your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe to hear me babble, and yeah.